All right, Shalom. All praises due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, and Shalom to you brothers pushing this truth and sincerity. I'm Karatas Akbar, back with another show. And this show will be entitled The Two Immutable Things, all right, which is spoken about in the book of Hebrews, the 6th chapter, okay? And pretty much by these two immutable things that are spoken about, it goes to show you that what only Israel would receive salvation. Okay, when Yahweh Shah comes back, the only people who can be saved is Israel. So we're gonna go pull it up and break it down. So this is Hebrews chapter 6. I'm gonna start from verse 13, and it reads, "For when God made promise to Abraham, because he could swear by no greater, he swore by himself, saying, Surely, blessing, I will bless thee, and multiplying, I will multiply thee." Yeah, and we know that the Most High made that promise with Abraham. So let's pull that up. That's in the book of Genesis, chapter 22. And this is when, after Abraham offered up his son Isaac. So let's go right to the point. Verse 16. And it reads, okay, let's start from 15. "And the angel of the Lord called unto Abraham out of heaven the second time, and said, By myself have I sworn, saith the Lord, for because thou hast done this thing, and hast not withheld thy son, thy only son, that in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seed as the stars of heaven, and as the sand which is upon the seashore." Yeah, that's right. So the Most High made a promise to Abraham. He said, and look, because you didn't withhold your son, because the Most High put Abraham to the test to see if he was going to believe in him. And Abraham was willing to offer up his son as a sacrifice, which was Isaac. All right. So the Most High stopped him from sacrificing him, and because Abraham proved himself. And he said, what? So let's read that again. It says, Genesis 22:16. And he said, By myself have I sworn, saith the Lord, for because thou hast done this thing, and hast not withheld thy only son, and has not withheld thy son, thy only son, that in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seed as the stars of heaven, and as the sands which are upon the seashore. Yeah, so the Most High was going to multiply Abraham's seed, and that seed would be the nation of Israel. Okay? "And thy seed shall possess the gate of his enemies." So that's part of the promise, that the seed, Abraham's seed, will possess the gates of their enemies. So that goes to show you what Israel was going to have enemies, and those enemies are the heathen nations. Okay, because in the kingdom, what we're going to possess the gates of the enemies, pursuant to what Isaiah, the 61st chapter. All right, the whole chapter. Well, let's read verse 18. "And in thy seed shall all nations of the earth be blessed, because thou hast obeyed my voice." That's right. So it says, in thy seed, which Israel was going to come out of the seed of Abraham, "and thy seed all nations of the earth be blessed, because thou hast obeyed my voice." Yeah, so when it says, "in thy seed all nations," It's not talking about every nation on the planet Earth, because every nation on the planet Earth did not come out of Abraham. It's talking about where Israel is scattered throughout the nations, okay, that they were going to be blessed, and that blessing that they was going to be blessed with ultimately is faith in Yahweh Shah, okay, and it goes into that in Galatians, the 3rd chapter, all right. But let's go back so we get we got the understanding of that. Let's go back to Hebrews chapter 6. Hebrews chapter 6. Okay, we at verse 15. And so after he had patiently endured, he obtained the promise. For men verily swear by the greater, and an oath of confirmation is to them an end of all strife. Yeah, that's right. So men verily swear to the greater, all right? Just like when you read in the law, you when you should swear by the Lord, okay? Or you might have, two men who have a strife, and look, to end that strife, they will swear to the Most High. All right. So a person's word will have to hold their word, okay, when you swear to the greater. All right. So it says, for men verily swear by the greater, and an oath of confirmation is to them an end of strife, wherein the Most High willing more abundantly to shew unto the heirs of promise the immutability of his counsel, confirming it by an oath. Yeah, that's right. So let's read that again. It says, wherein the Most High willing more abundantly to shew unto the heirs of promise. And who's the heirs of promise? Israel. Okay? Because the Most High made a promise to Abraham, multiplying his seed, and pretty much his seed was what? Going to possess, the earth. All right? So who's the heirs of that promise? Israel. All right? His seed, which is going to inherit these things to come. So it says, willingly more abundantly to shew unto the heirs of promise the immutability of his counsel, confirmed it by an oath. Yeah, so it said the immutability. But let's read on. We're going to go back to that. And it said confirmed it by an oath. That by these, verse 18, that by two immutable things, which it was impossible for God to lie, we might have a strong consolation, who have fled for refuge to lay hold upon the hope set before us. Yeah, so it's about the two immutable things. Okay, let's look that up.
Strong's G 276, ametathetos. Ametathetos.
Ametathetos. So it says, not transposed, not to be transferred, fixed, unalterable. Right. So the immutable or immutability is something that cannot be changed. All right. Something that cannot be something that is unaltered, cannot be transposed or transferred. All right. So the two immutable things is the promise that the Most High made with Abraham. Okay. Because he promised Abraham that he was going to bless him and multiply him. Okay. And the seed will, possess the gates of their enemies. But he sealed that promise with an oath. Okay. So the Most High made an oath, and he swore by himself. All right. Because the Most High can swear to nobody greater, because the Most High, he's he's the most high. He's the highest of the high. Okay, so he swore by himself, that he was going to keep that promise that he made with Abraham. All right. So, and that promise cannot be transferred. So you have these Christians, teaching that all nations could be saved, but what? The Most High made a promise, an oath, a promise to Abraham, and he swore by himself that, look, he was going to multiply Abraham's seed, and they was going to, pretty much receive the kingdom. So no other nation are able to come into the salvation of the Lord, which is only for Israel. But let's read from 17 again. So it says, wherein God, willing more abundantly to shew unto the heirs of promise the immutability of his counsel, confirmed it by an oath. Yeah, so he confirmed that promise by an oath by swearing unto himself that the promise that he made with Abraham. Okay, so the heirs of that promise are the what? The nation of Israel, which is gonna receive salvation, and at the end, starting with the elect. So it reads that by two immutable things, in which it was impossible for God to lie. Yeah, it says was impossible for God to lie. All right, the Most High is not a. Let's get that. Numbers chapter 23 and 19. And it reads, God is not a man that he should lie, neither the Son of Man that he should repent. Hath he said, and shall he not do it? Or have he spoken, and he shall not make it good? Right. So the word of the Most High stands. Okay, whatever the Most High say is going to stand. He's not a man that he should lie. So you have these people talking about, in the Old Testament, God was only dealing with Israel, but in the New Testament now all nations can receive salvation. That don't make sense, all right? Because the promises that was made unto Abraham was what? Was for his seed, which is the seed, the children of Israel, which are going to come out of him, and they're pretty much is going to possess the kingdom, all right? No other nation fits that. No other nation can be transferred to that, okay? And the Most High is not a man that he shall lie, and his word stands. So going back into Numbers, Hebrews, going back to Hebrews 6. Verse 17 again says, wherein God willing more abundantly to shew unto the heirs of promise the immutability of his counsel, confirmed it by an oath, that by two immutable things, in which it was impossible for God to lie, we might have a strong consolation. So we might have a strong consolation. Okay, so we have that comfort in what us receiving that salvation, because the promises is made of the Most High unto Abraham. It says who fled for refuge to lay hold upon the hope set before us. Yeah, and that's right. We look towards Yahweh Shem Yahushua as our refuge, all right? And we lay hold on the hope of salvation, all right, that is set before us, okay? So that's what we're hoping for. We're hoping for salvation to be delivered, all right? And we know that salvation is going to come because what? The Most High made a promise unto Abraham and sealed it by his oath, okay? And only Israel, only the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the elect of you, have to look forward to that. Okay? But ultimately in the kingdom, all Israel is gonna be saved. All right? But no other nation fits that. Okay? So with that, hope you brothers learn something. And I'm going to say all praises due to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Rakah Quadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS and Shalom to the elect. Shalom.